What's up guys, welcome to the garage. Today we've got an unboxing for Geek Buying. There's a link for this in the description. It is the Feiyue FY08 and it's a brushless desert truck. Now, those that have been on the channel for a little while will probably know I've got the FY03 brushless, very similar to the popular WLtoys 12428, which I've also got. I prefer these. The build quality I think is better. It's got hex head fixings all over it. It's got an outrunner brushless motor, and I just think generally these are built slightly better. This is the new version, the FY08, and it's a desert racer. I think it shares pretty much the same stuff as this one. Let's get it out of the box and have a closer look. So in the box you get a sticker sheet. Unfortunately, during packing, it's obviously, we might be able to save this. I think these are the arches, but it's only the top bit, so we should be able to save that. But you get your sticker sheet, instructions for the electronics on it, instruction manual, set of keys for the transmitter. We'll talk about that in a minute. And two different size pinions, they should be in there, set of body clips and some Allen keys. Charger, and we'll get the battery out in a minute, but it should be a 1500 milliamp hour lithium ion in there. Quickly look at the transmitter. This is the same as the other Feiyues. It's quite big. It's not my favourite. It's too big for me to drive with one hand. It's yeah, not my favourite one. But you can on this one. But you can switch between left and right, which is always good. It's got a little switch on the back. You have to peel this sticker off, and there's a switch behind there. Set of keys in the instructions, and you can switch it between child mode or adult mode. So it gives you, I think, I'm not sure it's 50% less power, but it reduces the amount of power. So good for teaching your kids. Steering trim, steering duration, and then you can set it up 50-50, or you can do move the throttle forward, and then you've got more throttle range there, depending on how you like to use your transmitter. It doesn't give you any more power, just changes the position of the neutral point on your trigger. So that's the transmitter. And here is the little desert truck. And what I like straight away about this is the size of the wheels. Now, the FY03 and a lot of the other ones have got quite big wheels on it, and I find that they don't help at all with the body roll and how it topples over. So I'm hoping this one, being it's got smaller wheels and it's a little bit lower to the ground, I'm hoping this handles a bit better. Shocks feel like they're friction ones. They're not oil filled. Definitely friction dampers, but you can modify them to put oil in them, or you can buy cheap enough. You can buy oil shocks for these. Couple of drivers in there, two spare wheels on the back that are proper spare wheels, some fake fans and stuff on the back, and mud flaps, and then yeah, underneath sharing the same chassis as the old ones. I can't see anything different straight away. There's no apparent changes, apart from, I'm guessing that if we take this off, there's probably some slightly different mounts on there for the body. But overall, it looks pretty nice. Looks like the body's held on by a couple of hex screws there, 2 on each side there, and possibly 4 on the back. We'll take them off and then we'll have a look under the body. So I've taken the body off, and look, it's got a full cage underneath. How cool does that look? It's actually like, I want to say, a mini UDR. I'm sure Traxxas won't be around to sue me for saying that, but, or a mini Losi Baja Rey. But that looks so cool. There's a few more screws to take all that off. I'm not going to bother taking it off. I can see underneath. It's exactly the same underneath as the FY003. So you've got your ESC there. You've got a separate receiver there, which is good, full hobby grade. And then there's your out There's your outrunner motor in there, which means the outside of the motor spins and the inside stays still. Not usually used for RC cars, but it has been on this one and on the 003. I found on the last one it was actually alright with that outrunner under there. I've upgraded my 03 to a bigger can, gives it a bit more performance, but it was actually pretty good out of the box. And this, with that lower stance, I think this has got potential to be even better. This does look cool though, like that. So this is a cool little design for the where the rear battery goes. Take a pin out of there, and this lifts up. You can actually remove the whole thing. It's got the 2 spare wheels on it. 1500 milliamp hour LiPo, or lithium ion, sorry. Just slides in there like that. So we've got some of the stickers on now. I've not put them all on. I'm not a massive fan of too many. I've put the important ones on and I think you'll agree. Makes a big difference to how it looks. Taking the clear film off of this, really nice finish to it. Really nice, like metallic blue colour to it. Right, let's get the battery charged and let's get it out. I'll stop you there. Looking over it, I completely missed that. It's got a sway bar on the back. That is going to be a game changer. Here's the 003. You can see plain old solid rear axle. And then the new one, there's your sway bar. That could be a massive improvement on how this thing handles. Get some more shocks on it, and I think this thing is going to impress. A sway bar, man, why did I... I've not been to this little BMX track for a while. It's a decent little track, ideal for this little thing. Let's give it a go. So it's not got loads of power, but it's definitely got enough. Pretty narrow track here. Nice little jump. Rolled it. Seems to handle a little better than the like the other desert buggy style. Plenty of power for this sort of surface. I really like this little thing. I think any more than this power and you're just going to struggle with it. So it does still roll a little bit like the original ones, like the 03 and the 12428 WLtoys, but I think it does handle with that sway bar under there. It does give it a little bit, the handling is a little bit more superior than them other ones. A bit wet and muddy, didn't realise how wet it was over here. Long wet grass is alright. Let's see how well it jumps. Pretty nice. That jumps really well. so the handling's not too bad, but on this sort of surface you're always going to struggle with that. Whoa. That's it for this video, guys. Cheers for watching. This thing's definitely passed the test, I think. Just as strong as all the others that are this style. Goes well. These smaller wheels I think do help with the stability a bit more, but it still has a little issue with rolling over. Some oil shocks might sort that out. That sway bar is definitely a big improvement. There it is, the FY08. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you next time.